Commissioner Jasmine,
Present.
Commissioner Tran,
Present. I saw Demas trying to get into the meeting.
I'm sorry, what was that, Commissioner Tran?
I just saw that Commissioner Demas was trying to get into the meeting. I don't know if someone let her in.
I'm
Yeah, I
not
think she's
seeing.
in. I thought she was in.
Commissioner Demas, are you able to hear us? I'll continue roll call. Sorry, Director Armstrong,
Present.
Deputy Director Harris,
Barbara.
Present. Had to go off mute.
AHE Kernet,
Present.
Allison River, Commission Clerk. For the record, any others on the line wishing to introduce themselves may take themselves off mute and do so now.
Jerry Lee, Operations Manager.
Deborah Gonzalez, Administrative Services Manager.
Tanya Craddock, Customer Service Manager.
Hearing no others. Roll call is complete. Thank you.
Thank you, and good morning, everybody. Welcome to our April meeting. An agenda was circulated for today, along with some minutes from last session. Is there any discussion regarding those minutes? We had a lot to talk about last time. All right, hearing no discussion, I'll entertain a motion regarding the approval of those minutes.
I make a motion to accept the minutes as they are presented to us.
The second motion.
Thank you. All those in favor of adopting the minutes as they are, say aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. Very well. The minutes are adopted. Thank you all. All right, so then moving to our case closures, we have 32 cases submitted to us for review. Is there any discussion regarding any of these cases?
Chair Spy, no discussion for Commissioner Tran, but I wanted to let people know and let it be on the record that I have a new laptop and was not able to get to the case files until today. So I will not be able to weigh in on the cases.
Okay, understood. Understood. We do, just for a point of clarification, so there's, if I heard correctly, there's 4 commissioners on the line?
Yes.
Or 5?
I see that Commissioner Demas has joined us. Thank you, Commissioner.
Okay.
And Allison, you can just go ahead and make that correction, and maybe she needs to hear you say present, but Allison?
Thank you. I've got attendance noted for the minutes.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So Commissioner Tran's recusal, for the reasons she stated, we'd still have enough people to vote. That's not going to be an issue. All right. Well, thank you for that. Is there any other discussion regarding the 32 cases that were submitted?
Yes, I have a question. It's on the case. It's on the case. HUD case. It's Juarez Carmen vs. Mico LLC. There was a decision made that they deny her motion that she was discriminated against. And there was several points on that her complaint. She had a Black Lives Matter sign removed from her property, she had increased rent that no other tenant was increased. After that, she had she had so much problem with the HUD rental and the agreement. They had her re-sign another lease just because she was trying to install a bell at her door. She was she had limited ability to move around, and there was a lot there's a lot of things in that case number 10228921-8. And it happens that she was denied justice, really. And I don't want to instigate doubt in the process of investigation, you know. But I think there are several cases like this, especially with HUD, that are overlooked. Then again, it's my opinion.
And for the
So,
record, this,
go ahead.
just so we're making sure we're speaking about the same case, this would be Carmen Juarez versus Rimsco. This would be PDF.
Yes.
Well, it would be page 9 in our packet, and I believe this is PDF 4. Yeah, it is PDF 4.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Director Armstrong, do you have
Commissioner,
comments to make?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have comments. Commissioner
I'm sorry.
Desmond, you're not. I mean, you're doing your job. That's our job, to look over the cases and spot the ones that we think were done in error. And so I commend you for that. You're doing your job. Don't feel bad about it.
Commissioner Jasmine, are you saying that we came to the wrong conclusion?
I am not at ease with the conclusion.
Okay.
I mean, I don't feel that I could put my vote against forward for that, because I feel that investigation was just overlooked.
Okay. What we can do, we can pull this off of the agenda, and then we can have an explanation the next time as it relates to the finding, or we can just have, meet with you in regards to, why we chose a no reasonable cause in this case. But either way, we want to explain to you the process. The housing manager is on PTO at this point. However, I am comfortable to pull it and then put it on the next month's agenda. And we, between now and then, we can either come to the commission again with the explanation, or we can meet with you privately. If someone else sees it differently, such that you're the only commissioner, then we can meet with you privately about that, or we can just talk about it the next month.
Thank you for your response, but I would really want it to be open to everybody else.
Okay.
And so they could take a look at it. I'm asking my fellow commissioners to look at it a little deeper. But it's, I'm kind of concerned with odds behavior generally, because we have bad experience with odds around here in Spokane, and their management and their ways of treating people, it's not right. So therefore, this particular case may be a starting point.
Okay, what we'll do is we'll pull it for this month, and then on the agenda for next month, we will have an explanation to all of the commissioners.
Thank you much.
Thank you.
So I guess this brings up a good point for us to talk about. So our WACs that would apply, and I'm looking at them here, WAC 16208-098 discusses what we are supposed to do with findings. And when there's a finding of no reasonable cause reported to us, and we consider it, it stands as the action of the agency unless, quote, the commissioners vote to set aside a particular finding.
Right.
So I guess my question is, if there's questions about the investigation that prevent us from being able to adopt the finding, then I think it's fair for the matter to be pulled. But if, and that could be an action that we take if there's a motion for that. But if it's a simple matter of one member or two members or however many disagreeing with the outcome, then I think that's a different vote that needs to happen. And I'm bringing that up so that there's clarity as to what the action is that we're doing, because pulling it and bringing it back next month with more information, I guess I'm not hearing what more information we would need. And so in fairness to the investigator, I don't know what additional information is the investigator being requested to provide in order for us to be able to make that determination.
Mr.
I
Chair,
would like, go ahead.
Mr. Chair, can I, this is Jerry Lee, Operations Manager, and I invite all the commissioners that if you have any concerns about a case, if you could give us a heads up the day before, it would give us an opportunity to really review that case with the investigator in more detail and be better prepared to answer the questions so that we don't have it pulled. But sometimes we don't know in advance. But we try to write these as clear as possible, but I have found that many times that they're not as clear as we think they are, and commissioners have a question, and we'd like to be in the position to answer that question. So, if you have any employment, I'm confident in saying housing as well. Unfortunately, the housing manager is out of the country, but if we get notice even a day before, it gives us a chance to really review your concerns and or even bring the investigator if we have more detailed questions that only that investigator might have in their head. So I invite that opportunity for you to contact me or the other manager or just the office and let us know your concerns, and we could have that information available so we can answer your question on the day of the commission meeting. Otherwise, we have been pulling cases and then reviewing them and washing them, and there's even been times when they've been changed after we had it pulled. So thank you. That's what I wanted to add in.
Good to know.
And that's a fair point.
Thank you, Jerry, for saying that. I think because Commissioner Luke, Jasmine Luke, is saying we came to the wrong conclusion, then I think that it would, Chair Spey, it would it merits to be pulled. So at least I feel, comfortable in pulling it, because the issue is that we came to the wrong conclusion, or whether we did or not.
I second that.
Okay.
I think he see most of the people on the commission are not lawyers, so we can't expect them to go point by point doing the analysis. But Commissioner Jasmine stated several points, that there was, that he mentioned about this, like Black Lives Matter, about retaliation afterwards, about, so that stuff is saying to me that the law wasn't applied correctly and that case should be pulled.
All right. Well, so it seems the consensus is to have it pulled to be reviewed again by the commission staff, and that it'll come back to us next month with additional information and explanation as to why you guys got to that decision. Because I hear what you're offering is for Commissioner Jasmine to speak with someone or some people off the record to help alleviate any concerns. But I kind of would agree with Commissioner Jasmine that these matters should be discussed here now, and that's why we invite that discussion.
I apologize. I apologize, Chair. No, it's not individual. It's just that we're better prepared to answer those questions and concerns that might come up at the commission meeting before you take a vote, because sometimes we, as the managers, we will tell the investigators that they put too much in the finding, and we take things out that might have been information that would have triggered your understanding, better understanding of the finding. So from time to time, we like a commissioner to just let us know what their concerns are, and then we will publicly discuss those matters in the commission meeting, so to see if we have clarity before you accept our finding, because sometimes we're not as clear in our finding with what we know what the issues are, or you may have some issues that we didn't discuss in the finding that we have in the file but didn't have it in the finding, and we could explain that to you as well.
Okay, I appreciate that clarification. All right, well, I'm hearing a consensus. Do we need a formal vote on this?
I move a
we can
motion.
vote on it.
In
Yes.
the
Yeah.
past, the director would just pull the case and instruct us to come back on the next meeting.
Right.
Yes.
So long as
So-
that's procedurally adequate, then that's fine.
Okay, so I'll go ahead. It's on the record that I'm pulling that case for closure to be on the list next month, and with that, part of the agenda would include sharing how we received, how we came to the conclusion that we did in that case.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, then we have 31 cases left on the docket. Is there any discussion about any of the remaining 31 cases? All right. Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the cases as submitted, with exception to the Juarez versus Rimsco case that is being pulled.
I move that the cases be submitted or be accepted with the pooled case,
Okay. Any second?
with the exception of the cases that was pulled, rather.
I second.
Correct.
I second.
All right. All right. So the motion is to approve all 31 cases submitted to us. Those 31 do not include the Juarez versus Rimsco case. All those in favor of that motion say aye.
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 All opposed say nay. All right, that passes unanimously. Thank you. And thank you, Commissioner Jasmine. That's a good discussion to have, and to Commissioner Gamboa's point, that is exactly what we're supposed to do, is review these and feel comfortable with the investigation and the application of the law to the facts as they're presented. So
Yeah.
thank you for that diligence.
Thank you for letting it be.
Okay, up next on our agenda is the executive director reporting, and I'll turn it over to Andrita.
Okay. You all received in your packets the 2020, 2024, 25 outreach and engagement plan, the proposal. You recognize that it was pretty comprehensive. We're looking at doing a number of things agency-wide. We will share on our website the celebrations of different heritage months and days. And also we will make a concerted effort to focus on the different regions of the state, offering workshops and seminars and informational campaigns that are aligned with sharing the services that we offer, and sharing resources to our folks that would need them, particularly those groups that are represented in the categories, the protected categories. So it is broad. We are planning on implementing this agency-wide, and the staff that are located in their respective areas or regions would be the primary folks to take the lead in the engagement efforts. Any questions on that?
Yeah, I have a comment. Thank you for doing the first take on the outreach plan. I think as far as I'm concerned, and what we did before is that we relied on the expertise of the commissioners, to help in the implementation of the plan in central Washington, in the rural areas. There's already established contacts, mainly with legal services and other nonprofits that have a lot of connections with the farm worker community and have outreach plans themselves. So I think we should get together and talk about how we did it, so that we don't have to reinvent the wheel again. I think the detail of outreach, the crux of the outreach is having people that know the area and can lead you to, where to have seminars, how to advertise it in the radio, how to get people aware of what's going on, that a seminar is going to be held, and then going and doing it. So let's after the meeting, why don't we talk a little bit, and I can help you as far as implementing the outreach plan in the farm worker areas, both in eastern and western Washington.
Thank you, and we'll do that. I just want to add that as part of the plan, I'll make it a requirement for the respective staff folks to connect with the commissioners that come from that region to in the implementation of the plan. And I'm so glad, Commissioner Gamboa, that you brought it up, because this is my opportunity to ask. I think the commissioners were asked before for some outreach opportunities. And so please share them with me, so I can physically add them to our plan, and then I can share it with the respective staff folks to connect with you, so you can be a part of the outreach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And also, I am still working with the AGO, the Attorney General's office, in regards to a statement of interest for deferred action, as well as the U visa program. Really, essentially what that's about is helping folks who are particularly vulnerable because of their immigration status, and also because of their gender and immigration status. So there's some protections that the agency can be a part of in helping folks to not be retaliated against, or to be protected from violence, as particularly U visas as it relates to domestic violence, etc. So anyway, still working with them, and have a meeting as early as tomorrow for us to continue the effort. And I'm hoping that by next month I will have something before you to bless, if you will, and to tweak that relates to a statement of interest for deferred action, as well as U visas. And
Wonderful.
Okay, and I want to mention that we have an assistant director for the agency, Barbara Harris. She comes to the agency with lots of experience, and I had the staff to be a part of a panel, and it was unanimous that Barbara is our assistant director. So Barbara, would you like to say a few words to the commission.
Good morning, and I look forward to, being part of the meetings with the commissioners, and I'm very happy to be here at the Human Rights Commission. This is day 4, and they keep letting me come back. Everyone has been very gracious of, given their little bit of extra time to answer questions and conduct the onboarding trainings that they have in place. So far, I'll say I'm impressed. Not everyone does a decent onboarding, especially at this level of a staff person, but it's going well. So again, good morning to everybody, and I look forward to getting to know you more as I get more familiar with my role and the duties and the infrastructure of the agency.
Thank you. And I don't know if you all met Sonia Craddock. Did Deborah or Sonia, have you been to a commission meeting yet?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. She's the supervisor for administrative support. Okay. So, there you are. Okay, great. All right. Well, that's it for me.
Wonderful. Thank you.
And may the commission. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
May the commissioners say welcome to you, Deborah, because the selection, I know it was not easy because there was a lot of capable people in the group. There was a lot of capable people. It was not easy to take you as a preferred person. So it was challenging, in fact. So welcome.
And I do want to say for the record that Commissioner Jasmine was a commissioner that was on the panel. So he stepped up and said, hey, Andrita, yes, I would love to be a panel member. So thank you so much for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Welcome.
That's it for me.
Welcome. We look forward to seeing you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you. So we will now move to commissioner reporting. Does any of the members of the commission have anything to report to the group?
I can go first. Okay, so Commissioner Tran here. I'll just go in order. There were 4 events that I attended under the human rights banner, or at least identifying myself as a human rights commissioner. I had the honor and the privilege to be on a panel as a speaker for a screening of a film called Reimagining Safety. It's by Matthew Solomon, and this was Wednesday, April 17th. So I'll just review the things that I did this month. And then that was a discussion regarding police, prisons, and the state's role. I think in the future, if we can get brochures and if we can get some, information out there, they had a table that allowed for people to put their flyers and their pamphlets. It would be nice if we had a nice message for people to understand what the Human Rights Commission can do for them on behalf of them. When I was on the panel, basically my statements were, we're here to mitigate as much harm as possible. We understand that the government was made a long time ago on a foundation of the genocide of Indigenous people and the enslavement of Black people. And so when we build a foundation like that on the government, it's already harmful. So our roles as human rights commissioners are to mitigate as much harm as possible. And that's all we are in it, right? We're not revolutionaries. We have a very unsexy job. It's part of the government. And so that's basically what my statement was, and answering other questions that the audience had. Saturday, April 20th, I attended the 11th annual North Puget Sound Conference on Race in Everett, Washington. It was a beautiful gathering. We talked about many topics. I was able to share, being a Vietnamese refugee and what that means to be in the United States as a refugee and now a citizen. Then I, on the same day in the evening, attended a breast cancer awareness event called Dance Pink that was hosted by the South Asian community at the North Shore Senior Center in Bothell. That was a lovely gathering, was able to facilitate some awards for folks who have just gone through so much with their trials through breast cancer. Sunday, April 21st, I attended Eid Milan, which is an Islamic event that signifies the end of Ramadan. It's Ramadan is a month of fasting and spiritual reflection. This is a celebration that was hosted by the Muslim community. They had me on as a special guest, and the audience and the attendees included people from all sorts of faith and backgrounds, including Hindu, Sikh, and Arab, and South and Southeast Asian and Palestinian community. Really, that event was there for the networking and to build strengthen the community and connect community organizers. In attendance, noteworthy was Senator Malka Dhingra, who is the chair of the Law and Justice Committee, of which the Human Rights Commission resides under. I was allowed to share some words about my experience as well. The Vietnamese proverb that we use is Gap Ge Nen Zung. It translates to gather the trees to make a forest. And I shared that proverb because the system of roots of a forest is stronger together in a storm than a single lone tree. So basically a message that we're stronger together. And then the last event I'll mention is Tuesday, April 23rd. I was an observer for a protest outside of the federal building in Seattle that was held by Jewish Voice for Peace. They held a Seder, which is part of Passover traditions. And I was there to witness the protesters as they were protesting the billions of dollars of aid that was approved by the US government that would no doubt be used to kill more Palestinians both in Gaza and the West Bank. It's a very somber moment. And that's my report.
Great.
You've had a busy month.
Yes.
Yeah, that was only 4 events. You should have seen March. And I apologize, Chair Sabay. I didn't even think about it until now that it would have been nice to have you at Eid Milan because we had a few people from the Palestinian community there. I'll make sure to keep you in mind next time an event like that pops up.
Absolutely, not a problem. Well, I think I actually might have been, well, had I not had a conflict, I would have been in the audience listening. But there were definitely many events surrounding that, and they definitely did occupy my time. But so I was out. I just wasn't on my official hat status, but I was out talking to people during those times. But all right. Any other reports from any commissioners?
Well, my report is that I've been going around. I have a 13-week program that I'm heading. I started 2 weeks ago visiting churches, African American churches, Pacific Islanders, and Blacks and Latinos. These are the group of churches that is around here. Maybe in the past, as you know, I am going around and giving the message that you don't have to accept abuse and discrimination of any type, and dropping the website, the Human Rights Commission website, there to them and tell them where to get in contact and if they need help to get help. And also I'm talking about love, spreading love, the love of Christ around, and incorporate the message that we have supported. And in these communities, especially these Pacific Islanders, these people are overlooked, and there's a lot of abuse going on in that community. Let me not talk about Black African American because we're used to being abused, right? But the newcomers, such as the Africans and the Pacific Islanders, the Hispanic community, all of them, they do not know about our existence. That there are places they could go, they could write, they could find somebody to write a letter for them and expose people who are abusing them. They don't have that. So at a very grassroots level, I believe this work needs to be done. And I commend you, Commissioner Trent, for trying at your level. But at the level I am, these are the people that nobody cares about, really. And I'm trying to open their eyes on behalf of the commission. And then this is what I'm doing.
Very important work. Very, very important work. And for that matter, you know, as you get invited or see opportunities to engage with the community, if you feel like you need or would like to have one or more of us support in any way, just send an email, and maybe that should just be a practice that we alert each other to things that we think there may be some overlap in what we respectively are focusing on, so that we can support one another in the outreach efforts, and perhaps even try to coordinate some of them so we're not hitting the same groups repeatedly without knowing what the other is doing.
Yeah.
That's important for
it goes,
not breaking quorum rules too, I guess. Yeah.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
think the rule would be don't
Reply
as
all.
I understand
Don't
it,
reply all.
don't reply all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for attending the same events, if we happen to be at the same events,
Oh, I
it's
see.
good to like communicate that we're going to an event as a human rights commissioner, so
Right.
we can avoid quorum, accidental
Yeah.
quorum. On that note, there is a ribbon cutting in Duval that's happening Saturday, May 11th from 11:30 to 4:30. It's for Duval Pride. They're going to have their first Pride in the Park event. I do plan to attend, and you know, it's open to the public. So if anyone else here would like to attend, please feel free if you're in the area.
Wonderful. I'm just Googling it. It looks like it's ribbon cuttings at noon, May 11th at noon. So, all right. Anyone who's able to attend, I guess, let Commissioner Tron know, and we'll go from there. All right. Any other updates from any other commissioners before we move on? Hearing none, I did hear we have a new AAG.
Sorry.
Oh,
Commissioner Demas has her hand up.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, so sorry. I just wanted to give an update that I attended One America Votes' Citizen Clinic earlier this month. I was there in my capacity as both a commissioner and as well as a candidate. And then I also will be speaking at their event, which will be on May 11th. So it'll be before our next meeting. And that'll be a civic engagement and state of the county party. So yeah, I just wanted to share both of those updates.
Wonderful. All right. Anything else from any of the commissioners? All right. Hearing none. As I was saying, we do have a new AAG. I didn't catch the person's name. Was it Tom or John?
Good morning, Chair. This is
different?
Matt. It's Matt Kernet
Matt.
is my name.
Okay. Well, I'm on my phone. I'm calling in, so I can't see you. If
That's okay.
My apologies. Welcome, Matt. Nice to connect with you, and I'll turn the floor to you so that you can provide your welcome and update.
Absolutely. Good morning, commissioners and staff. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. My name is Matt Kernet. As you were informed last meeting, Assistant Attorney General Kristen Lampson, who was your previous assigned AAG, unfortunately left the agency for another position with the city of Tacoma, and we're excited for her future, but we miss her greatly. I am a 18-year employee with the Attorney General's office. I've been a lawyer for 18 years here with the agency. And a practicing attorney for 20 plus years. I was Kristen's AAG Lampson's direct supervisor, her section chief, responsible for managing a team of 8 attorneys representing over 40 different boards, commissions, and 3 statewide elected officials, the state auditor's office, the Office of the Insurance Commissioner, and the Secretary of State. So we are a busy group. I will be your assigned AAG while we proceed with the process of filling AAG Lamson's position. I'm very familiar with your agency and the important work you do, as I've been managing this section for over 10 years, and as every assigned AAG has been updating me on the status of your work. So I'm happy to be here to provide legal support for the commission. As Director Armstrong already updated, we are doing some work together on some policies, particularly in relation to the visa aspect. So we are continuing to provide legal services to the commission, and I'm excited to continue that great legal support. And we are in the process of that. We are already engaged in interviews for replacements for my section, just so that everybody is aware. We usually don't hire attorneys with less than 5 years of experience. You will be assigned an experienced AAG long term, and we have a very experienced group, with most of our attorneys having a minimum of 15 years of experience with the office. So with that said, that's my brief introduction. I will be here through the next meeting at a minimum, and introducing to you your long-term assigned AAG once we've identified that individual. So it's a pleasure to meet all of you. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
Wonderful. Thank you, and nice meeting you, and welcome. All right, we are now at the point where we will turn to public comment. I don't think I heard any members of the public announce their attendance early on, but is there any member of the public now that wishes to address the commission? All right, hearing none, that is the end of our agenda. Is there anything else that we need to address before we conclude for the day?
Just a couple suggestions here to mull over. I'm not asking for a decision right now. As part of the agenda, it would be nice to have a section as standard for new business, just in case there's something new that the commission would like to bring up that is outside of their reporting. And then the second thing is being able to hear public comment before case closures. Something to consider, just in case there's something that the commission needs to hear from the public before we decide on the case closures. And it's also a courtesy to the public to allow them to not have to hang on during the entire meeting and be able to provide comment and leave as they need, so they don't need to stay for the boring parts.
All right. Those are good suggestions. From the legal side, is there any issue with that?
Participant is now.
Chair, no, there is no issue with either suggestion from Commissioner Tran there at all. It's just a matter of the commission choosing how to engage in its business long term. So, but there's no legal concerns I have.
Now, to the point of having, let's say we have somebody who has a case before us that we're going to approve that day, and they attend for public comment and they wish to discuss their case. Is there anything preventing them from doing that?
At this particular stage, in relation to case closures, there is no specific issue there at all for a member of the public to be able to address even their own specific case. And to the extent they stray into something that might be impermissible, your assigned Assistant Attorney General will be able to step in if needed in that capacity.
Okay, and I guess the one thing I'm thinking is, to Commissioner Tran's point, if there is a member of the public who has a matter before the commission that's going to be voted on, and they wish to address the commission about that, it probably would make sense to have the public comment move before that decision is made, so that if we need to act or not act or do something else, that's something that we could take into consideration. What does everybody think about that?
You know, I just want to add that sometimes members of the public or even parties may want to sway one way or the other after their case is before the commission. And there is a reconsideration process what I would routinely do is to share with folks that after the commission does accept the finding, that there is the proper way to appeal, if you will, is through reconsideration. Now, but there are some exceptions, such that if there are some issues that arise such that the commissioners believe that we came to the wrong conclusion, just like, or could have, just like the person is proposing, we could pull it like we are doing here. But oftentimes, I just want to kind of caution the commission that oftentimes folks would like to have a reconsideration, and this is not the forum for the reconsideration. That's we have to be aligned with what is proper. But certainly, the commission has the authority to say we'll do public comment, early on, because somebody may want to say something before you all either accept or not that particular case. I just want to caution the group that reconsideration is a process that we have to adhere to. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Here's my thoughts on this. The first is there is a matter of respect to the public. If they're making time out of their day to attend a meeting, there is some sense of needlessness to have them wait 45 minutes to an hour before they're allowed their 2 or 3 minutes, whatever that, the time limit is at that time. I think it's 2 minutes, before giving them a 2-minute floor. If they want to come and address the commission, it seems perfectly logical to have them address the commission at the very beginning. Everybody can be on their merry way, at least the public. At the same time, it does also seem appropriate that if someone's case is going to be decided, and we've had this before where people will attend because they want to hear what their outcome of their case is and how we vote on it. If they've got commentary, it certainly would make sense that they offer it before we reach a decision. Right. Of course, nothing that they tell us is under oath. There's no one there to cross-examine. There's no, there's some procedural and evidentiary issues that play into that. And I hear what Andrea is saying about reconsideration. Of course, the standard for reconsideration is that the decision was erroneous or incomplete. And we can dig into, was the detail one that would have swayed the outcome or not? Well, it could alleviate a lot of consternation for the commission if the person who's alleging the complaint or responding to the complaint has an opportunity to say their piece before us, before we make a decision. We may even see a lesser number of reconsideration petitions filed after the fact. So I don't necessarily have a problem with this. I think there's, provided there's no legal issue with having someone who's a party to a case come and say their piece substantively about their experience, and that we consider that. And as long as from the AAG's office and perspective, that's fine. I think that's a wonderful suggestion, and I think we should do it.
Chair, this is Assistant Attorney General Kernet. I just wanted to step in. So long as there's ground rules like Director Armstrong talked about to make it clear this is not the time to present evidence, nobody is under oath. This is direct, the comment would be directly associated with the action before the commission, which would be whether to accept the case closure or not. This is not a time to have a full-blown hearing on the merits for public comment. But members of the public, to the extent the commission would like, can comment on issues before the commission, whether they are a party or not to the underlying investigation. So again, it's important to make clear what the role of the commission is, and we can address that, and I can prepare something for staff to make available for the public associated with speaking on that particular proceeding. But as long as we're clear and there's guidelines in place and the public knows exactly what they're speaking to, then that makes there's no legal prohibition.
Well,
Hello,
that
can
seems
people hear me?
rather, yeah, go ahead.
Can people, am I on? Because I couldn't
Yes,
talk
you are on.
before. And I think it would be helpful to put it in writing because I myself am confused. While I've been in the commission, we did not let people come on and talk about their particular case. So what can they talk about? It would be really good to have that in writing.
You know,
Well, and that, just
I
to add a
agree.
question,
Oh, okay.
just to
Sorry.
take just one question so everybody can consider this in the answer. If the action before the commission, which is what they're there to talk about, is the approval or disapproval or rejection, whatever, of the findings, and the findings are based on the investigation, and the investigation is based on
Right.
what people said, then
Right.
there's really no limitation on anybody to come in and say whatever they want about their matter. And that's my point, is that what is the limitation? Could they just come and show up and speak about it?
Yeah.
Of course, it's not going to be the opportunity for reconsideration, because if we do this, we haven't even decided the matter for it to be reconsidered. So I guess I would put that out there, that if we open the door to having people speak about the matters before us, as it weighs on the determination we're going to make, it opens the door for everything, at least in my view. There's really no
Right.
way to limit it.
Yeah.
Also, side question, and I would like an answer if you could, if this one is available. Do they know what's in the materials that we get, to know what we're reading and what we're evaluating?
Typically,
Yeah.
okay, go ahead, Jerry, and then I'll
Yes,
share
after
that.
the investigation, the investigator is responsible to do what they call an exit interview, and they discuss in detail their finding and why they came to that conclusion. So they're fully aware of why we made that determination and why we're making that recommendation at the conclusion of each investigation.
But do
And,
they don't have the written materials that we have, that we get to
N-
review?
No, they get the what you call the short finding, the one that you receive. Um, well, there's one finding which is detailed. They don't receive that, but they get the short finding. But also, if there's ever a time that they make a public disclosure request, they get the entire file, everything that's in the file. Nothing is confidential. They can request a public accommodation, and I'm sorry, not public, public disclosure, and then that information will go to our public disclosure officer, and they will receive the entire file of everything that was done on the investigation.
Mm-hmm.
I think that all this will be cleared up. Let me do a workshop, if you will, that shares in the WAC what public comment is all about. And not only is that important for you all, but if we do have a public comment, then before the public comment, I can read what the boundaries are, so people will know what they can say and what they can't say. Now, mind you, some folks are going to, if they have have their own program, they're going to say whatever they want to say, but they have 2 minutes. But it's important for the commission, because it's the commission's meeting, to know what the public can do and cannot do. So I will brief you all at the next meeting what our WAC says as it relates to public comments. And I will go so far as to, each time that we have a public comment, I can just read, it's just a few sentences, but it gives the guidelines to someone who has public comment.
Mm.
Wonderful.
All
I
right.
think that would be great to have, as well as informing the public, if there is anybody present for public comment, as to what the commission role is. Like you were saying, there's procedures for reconsideration, and that is not what we would be doing here. But we are here to hear them out and still make a decision on the case closures.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, then
Okay, so
think
do I make a do I make a motion, or how do we do this?
Well, I don't think a motion is necessary, because we set the agenda and then we circulate it in advance. So unless someone's telling me otherwise, I don't think we need a motion, but I think we do move it up. And let me just look at where we're at with this. Let's see. Yeah, I think we could just do it right after we adopt our meeting minutes. There'd be the welcome, the meeting minutes, and then we open it for public comment, and then we move into case closures. I think we can do that beginning next meeting if the guidance is that there can be no case-specific discussion by a party about the case they're involved in. We just say that if there's somebody that attends, and if that is allowed, then we don't say it, and we just open it up and we make that available. But Andrea, that would be helpful to have before next meeting, just so that we understand what we can expect from that.
Yeah, I can send that in the materials. It's just important to know, for instance, there is no question and answer. They cannot ask the commission questions and then you all answer. It really is very limited. It just gives people an opportunity to get something off their chest, really. But I certainly will add that, give that to Allison to put in the materials for next month.
And if I may add, what helps, because sometimes these transactions feel very, well, for lack of a better term, transactional. And sometimes it feels like the commission might be dismissive because we're not responding to people. Allowing like that preamble that you're gonna, the WAC, right, that you mentioned, Director Armstrong, would be helpful, as well as including a statement of just humanity. Is like, we're not responding because we're not legally allowed to, or something along those lines, right? It isn't that we're dismissing you, but just to allow you to know we cannot respond to any questions.
I think that's a good point. I would just make sure that certainly with the commission's permission, that each time we have a public comment, then I will give the guidelines. Like I said, there's just a few lines, but it gives everybody, notice as to what the rules are.
Yeah,
that
I think that's
lovely.
good. Okay. Yeah.
And then
That's a
that
great
second
suggestion.
part, Chair Sabay, just so we don't forget the new business section for the agenda.
Oh, the new business section. Yeah, we can, well, let me see. Case closures, so we're doing meeting minutes, public comments, case closures, the executive director. I mean, are you envisioning there being a separate discussion from the reporting by the commissioners, or should we just lump that in?
We can lump it in. What I'm kind of balancing between how much people know how Robert's Rules works and all the agendas, the different types of agenda flows, not to cause confusion. New business oftentimes is just before adjourning, in case anyone has any other comments, not just commission, but is open to the people in attendance, not public comment.
I understand. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I always do ask, but I'm fine adding it as a separate item. So we can just put that at the very bottom. And for what it's worth, it does seem like the action items that we either begin to take or do take, it comes out of the executive director, commissioner, and AAG updates. Typically, those updates end up being robust conversations about things, and sometimes do result in action items. So I don't really necessarily think that we need to change that, but I agree if there needs to be a catch-all, we can add that in at the end.
Yeah, the catch-all would be conversations like these, right? Perhaps procedural and just these random things that don't really quite fit into reporting and updates.
Sure.
Kind of like the discussion we're having right now.
Yeah, no, it's totally valid, and I appreciate it. Let's put that in beginning next time for the next meeting, and we'll just plan on that.
Thank you for considering.
Sure, thanks for offering it. Anything else from anybody? Feedback, thoughts, complaints? new business?
Sorry, I got cut for a few minutes. I don't know if this got discussed before, but where are we at with the statement of interest supporting deferred action that we were asked by the Fair Work Center to work on?
I'm working with the Attorney General's office for us to actually have an internal policy or guideline as it relates to not only statement of interest, but also U visas. And so we're working on us.
Okay, and when do you think that'll be done? The work is starting in earnest here in the Yakima Valley. I'm calling from Sunnyside right now.
Yeah,
So
I have a proposal into the AGO's office of what our guidelines would be for statement of interest, and I would imagine by next month I will have a proposal for the commission to approve or not.
okay, I look forward to seeing it. Okay, I have nothing else.
Good.
Nothing else.
Wonderful. All right. Anything last minute? Final thoughts? Hearing none. Thank you. We are adjourned. See you guys next month.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.